Soul Tribe. Ashe, Ashe. Sending you guys so much light, love, and positive energy. Hope you guys are awakening your spirit so that we can heal the earth, okay? Hope you guys remember there's nobody that can do it better than you, boo. Right? It's always going to be that kind of energy, okay? I am one half to elemental beings, the high priestess.
And I myself am the Hierophant.
Okay? We're coming through with a live channel message for the collective, okay? This one will be for no specific sign. So if you are here, there will be a message for you, okay? Make sure you take the message how it resonates and leave what doesn't. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you're not already, make sure you follow the page where we do live content every day, okay? Really building a collective of people just like us, right? Wanting to ascend and be their higher self, right? So we are your everyday spirit guides. I am your fire shaman, and this is your air shaman, right?
Absolutely.
We do have personal readings available. They have been going very well. Our ancestral readings have been a hit this year. We also have spiritual cleaning recipes available. We do custom jewelry. We do a little bit of everything, right? So we are your Jack and Jill of all trades in the spiritual world here. So we're going to start off with a channel message, okay? This is just, we're going to call this freestyle, okay? So whatever spirit gives us is what we're going with here. I'm definitely hearing the name Megan right now, okay? There's something about Megan. I'm also hearing Jocelyn, okay? And I heard something about Hernandez, okay? Now, there could be something significant about Donald or Donnie as well. And I'm also picking up the number 72. So you could be 27 watching me, or there's something significant about 72. Someone could be clean for 72 days, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to jump into, we're going to tap into your energy. Okay. If you guys are new to the page, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are elemental beings. If you haven't got a chance, I would say go and check out our content. We have been doing this for the last year, and we have some really dope content on our page. So if you get a moment, go ahead and check us out, okay? So we have a leader that came out, okay? So there's something about you being a leader, divine being. Okay, I feel like Spirit is really wanting you to know that you are the change, right? The change that we so much desire in humanity. It starts with you. See, you are here for a specific reason, right? It's like, you know, you were sent here to show the world what love is what I'm picking up. But yeah, look, I see love story. Yeah, but there's something about a leader, okay? Now, we do have love story here, okay? So you could literally be manifesting the love of your life right now. And see, that comes from you healing, okay? See, when we are unhealed, we attract unhealed people. But I feel like whoever you are, divine being, you are really starting to love yourself, right? It's like, you know, people could have looked at you for years and thought that you were confident because you're beautiful or you're handsome. But it was like deep down inside, there was something that was still missing, right? And I feel like you finding God, you finding divinity, you figuring out who you are, your roots and your ancestors and where you belong. It really helped you, it's really developing you into this leader. And I feel like, you know, a love story is unfolding here, okay? So you could literally be manifesting the partner of your life right here, okay? What you got?
So I got invalid start, right? So invalid start. Okay, I'm good with the channel. I just gotta, it's a little different than the tarot. I got it.
I'm just moving out.
Hold up, so here we go. Invalid start. So with this invalid start, I feel we have a person that you may have came in prematurely, right? And in regards to where you stand in life, maybe a spirituality, it could be a relationship. I feel like maybe there's a need for you to go back and revisit the place where you first began at. Like your first love, return to your first love. Sometimes we have invalid starts in life. Like, you know, release, an account. So with releasing the account, missing you, I kind of feel like releasing an account could be telling the truth as well. It's like, you know, you have an account of something that happened. We call that an account. We keep account of events. So to release an account, it could be actually also you releasing and taking accountability. Like, I have an invalid start, releasing account, so maybe you need to go back. I'm feeling like a real energy of needing to go back and fix something. Maybe you started something and maybe when you started, you didn't have all the components together. Maybe you started prematurely. It kind of reminds me of me one time. I put an IKEA desk together, right? And when I put it together, I kind of knew I was putting one of the pegs wrong. But it looked so similar that I was like, well, it ain't gonna bother me. So lo and behold, when I got down to the end of it, it wouldn't close because that peg needed to be left and that one needed to be right. But essentially when I was making it, it didn't look like it made a difference. That could be your scenario where, you know, you kind of could have put things together with one piece out of place and it's making it an invalid start.
Now, I do see something about proud right here. So I feel like Spirit is so proud of you, Divine Being. Mm-hmm. Okay? There were so many times when you could have just given up, right? It's like that kind of energy. It's like the energy of, you know, when you feel like, you know, when disaster hits our life, right? It's really hard, right? And it's really effective in our life. So I feel like, you know, even though disaster hit your life, you kept going, right? It's like you didn't give up. You knew that God will pull you out of this situation. And Spirit wants you to know that Spirit is so proud of you. It's like, you know, it's like the energy of, you know, a mother or father being so proud of their child when they have good grades in school. Yeah, it's like that kind of energy. Spirit is so proud of you here. Now, I do see something about breathe, okay? So you can literally just be needing to take a deep breath. And release, right? We learned these little tricks back in school, right? And we took them for granted, but breathing is so important. It allows you to clear your airway and, you know, really open up your chakra system here, because there is something about a trauma bond here. Okay, you could literally be in the energy of, like, you know, people falling out of your life. And when I mean falling out of your life, it's like some people literally God had to kick them out. It's like they got the boot out of your life.
You got competitive trauma bonds. So what I'm feeling also is you may be in a situation in this trauma bonding energy where it's a lot of competition. It's like one going against, you know, you always find yourself versus the other person that you may be with, you may be in a relationship with, and fire, right? A lot of fire energy. So I'm feeling like this competitive fire energy, it's a need to kind of like tap in with the divine. And you ever seen a fire begin to rage and you pour water on it, it fizzles out? Mm-hmm. So when you have like a lot of competition and you have a trauma bonding situation, you have a lot of fire, it's definitely a kind of need to allow, you know, to even ground, they telling me, ground, find a lake, step in a lake, kind of like put some water on that fire.
So I feel like, you know, Spirit is also so proud of you because you are learning that you can no longer bond with people due to trauma. It's like that kind of energy. See, there was one time where whoever I'm talking to a divine being that you only like things that are fucked up. What do you, ooh, High Priestess. You said that, High Priestess? Yes. Why? Because you lack so much in life, you know, like the love you deserved as a child, right? You weren't fully loved properly. You didn't know how to love yourself. So therefore you constantly had to try to, you know, find ways to bond with people. And a lot of times it was through trauma.
And your shadow. So I'm feeling like it's a need for shadow work. Like as she was saying, this could be the result of one living in that shadow too long. Like we get in our shadow, we begin to make moves. Next thing you know, we trapped in our shadow and we live in life in our shadow, like never coming out. And it leads to a lot of trauma bonding, competitive nature, fire energy.
Now, there's something about ice here. You could be a person that eats ice.
Fire and ice. We got two elements out here.
Now, we do have fire and ice out here, okay? So, there's something about, I'm hearing yin and yang. You know, those two things are like a balance. But there's something about ice. Someone eats ice here. And I'm hearing that you only eat the, what do you call it? The not the cubed ice.
The crunchy
the
ice.
Crushed ice. Crushed ice.
Yeah.
Someone is an ice eater, okay? Yeah.
Compromise. And see, with this compromise, I feel that Spirit is saying, Spirit is talking. A lot of what we lose by way of the divine, it comes when we begin to compromise, right? And at the same time, it's always a balance with compromise, because you have to learn when to compromise and when not to compromise, is what Spirit is saying. See, in one aspect, all this competitive fire energy out here, this proud, I got proud, I seen proudful. So we want to compromise in that aspect. Now, what we don't want to compromise is when it comes to your prayer life. You know, the things that are running you away from your God. You don't want to compromise in that area. Meaning, I don't want to. If I'm dealing with a person, right? Thank you, Spirit. And I feel them drawing me away from my God, or I feel them drawing me away from my power, I don't want to compromise. Because see, compromising that can lead to defeat. That's when you want to stand up, be the leader, right? We talking about a love story. It's out here.
Okay. Now, there's something about use your energy wisely, okay? Spirit is wanting you to reserve your energy for things of spirit. See, if you allow other people to use your energy, then you're not available for God. And in order to be available for God, you have to reserve your energy. So Spirit is saying, use your energy wisely, right? I'm hearing pick and choose your battles. Every battle is not meant for you to fight, because some battles we're just not strong enough. We're not capable, right?
Some battles not worth the cost.
There it is. Right?
Love story, check it though. Past life soulmate. Woo. See, we got a love story. I'm going to tell you about the element of a past life soulmate. We got fire and we had ice out here, right? That's fire and ice right there. Let me tell you why. When we dealing with soulmates, it's not always somebody you meant to be with, and it's not always somebody you meant to be apart with. You know how you determine that? Where is it moving you to? This past life soul energy, this is a strong energy, right? And God forbid, right? You're in a situation with a past life soulmate, and they hit it down in the tundra, right? Meaning they going to the triple stages of darkness. There's a need for you to do what? You have to not go there. You can't. This kind of energy is very strong. Past life soulmate energy is like, you know, they telling me, you know how you move away from somebody because God moved you away, and then you find yourself sitting in a room like this. Man, I really missed him, right? I don't care how much you missed him, you have to understand, it's only past life soulmate energy. If they not walking according, and they not walking in a way where it's going to sustain your life, you have to do what God is telling you to do.
You could be a Virgo we're talking to, okay? Or there could be something significant about Virgo season, okay? Now, we have deep thoughts, okay? So there's someone that could definitely be in deep thoughts right now, okay? I feel like, you know, that past life soulmate energy is true. Someone's in deep thought, you know? It's like the energy of we don't miss things until they are literally gone. See, we as humans, we feel like things are just always going to be how they are in our mind, right? We never prepare, you know, we never prepare for the worst, right? So proper preparation prevents poor performance. But there's someone in deep thought about some shit that happened, okay?
And you know what? It's telling you right here, I got refrain and back. And you know what? That back is you thinking back. Like, it's like in back. Where is back? Back is behind, right? Refrain. So Spirit is kind of saying, remember we was just talking about being in that room where you like, man, I really missed them. That's deep thoughts.
Well, guess what? Look at this. It says cycle ended. So if you needed confirmation, this is the confirmation. There is a cycle that has
that saved you.
Look, It has literally ended because God had to save your life from yourself. See, some things God has to literally step in because we will destroy ourselves. We're destructive, right? We are destructive beings. So Spirit literally came in and saved you. And Spirit is so proud of you allowing this cycle to end how it is. And just refrain back from everything that needs to be refrained from. Yeah, but there's something about, a cycle ending. Okay, this trauma bond that you had with someone is no more. Okay, it's like that kind of energy. Spirit says never again here.
Be approachable.
Show your card.
Be approachable. We have Kansas. Kansas could be significant. Right?
Shout out to Kansas.
Shout out to Kansas and Wild. So be approachable.
Wild Wild West is Kansas.
Yeah, Wild West.
Okay.
Be approachable. It's like, okay, after we end the cycle, sometimes we leave those ended cycles, we have scars and we have wounds, right? And sometimes we move around, and what do we have? We have resentment.
Yes, we
Why do we have resentment? Because this person done put me through everything, so and because of that, I got resentment towards the whole race.
You'll never believe what just fell out.
Resistance blocks growth.
Resistance blocks growth.
I'm telling you, you have to remain approachable, right? And Spirit wants you also to stay tapped into the wild, right? What's the wild? Nature. Right? Spirit is want you to go out in nature. It says be approachable, wild, right? So I feel like even unto nature wants you to approach it. You have to be approachable, right? So when you go out there, you have to learn how to sit and humble yourself. Go find a lake, go find a big body of woods and sit in awe for a minute. Just sit there and be like, look at little old me sitting in all of this. Because what you're doing, you're being approachable, right? You put yourself in a position where the universe can reach you, it can kiss you, right? Find some sun, find a natural element, and just sit yourself out there. It's called the wild.
Now, as I'm sitting here, I do see push harder here, okay? So there's something that, you could be in the energy of knowing that you need to push harder. Spirit says push harder, okay? There's something that, is going to put up some resistance, but if you push harder, God is going to make sure you get through this here. I'm hearing push harder, okay?
Wake up. You hear me? Wake up. Spirit is saying wake up. So it's kind of like that room we back in that room again. See, somebody's been in a room like this. Man, I really make Spirit is saying, girl, oh God, wake up, right? Because it's so much there for you. Push harder. Wake up and push harder.
Okay, look, we have new beginnings, opportunities, and talents.
Man.
Okay, so there is it's like, I'm hearing rejuvenate. Rest and rejuvenate. See, there's a new beginning here for you, and it's lots of opportunities that come with this new beginning because you are very talented here.
Fight for it.
Okay? Spirit is saying, yeah, there's a new beginning. You're going to have to fight for it. See, we were promised that we will be okay, but we weren't promised that it would be easy.
Hey.
Right? So it's like, Spirit is saying push harder because you do have a new beginning here, new opportunities and talents, right? This is something that you need to case closed,
yeah,
right?
Divorce case closed.
Wow.
The divorce case is closed.
Wow.
Somebody could be having a divorce case going on right now. Spirit is saying this is a cycle ending.
Okay.
New beginnings and opportunities and talents, right? And the thing about talents, let me get there while she shuffle the deck. See, talents, God gave men talents. In the Bible, He gave one many, He gave one. And guess what happened? They was required to go out and use them, right? So when God gives you talents, new beginnings, and opportunities, you can't sit on them. Get out the room. You gotta wake up and get out there. Because guess what? The man who put his 5 talents out came back with 10 talents, many blessings, right? So when you put your talents out, they spring forth blessings. They bring things back to you. Triple, double, sometimes 10 or 100-fold.
Wow. It says your isolation is not a coincidence. So you could have been literally isolating yourself,
in that room.
in a room recently, you know, really trying to figure life out, okay? It's not a coincidence. God is really calling on you to listen, okay? Because there's someone that's listening, and then there's someone that's on the fence here.
Look what came out. God is calling for you to listen. Divine intervention.
Divine intervention.
Man,
okay?
Spirit is talking.
When you're having these little thoughts that go through you and your intuition is kicking, it's not a coincidence. See, the Spirit of the Lord is with you.
It just feels awkward.
Okay?
It just feels a little awkward, but God is with you, right? God is also trying to promote you at the bottom of the deck. So promotion is in.
Okay.
They feel awkward. Spirit is saying.
Let's see. So we have herbs. So you could be a medicine person. There could be someone literally like, you know, studying herbs and medicine.
You could be smoking a lot of herbs.
Definitely could be doing that as well. But I'm picking up someone that's like literally trying to create medicines from natural plants and herbs and things. There's something about an herbalist.
A herb addiction. Somebody could be smoking
a lot of weed,
right? You could be smoking a lot of weed right here.
Okay, there's something about time here, and I feel like it's divine time, right? I feel like, you know, it's our time, the divine collective. I feel like there have been so many things that have tried to push us out of our path of saving humanity. The devil has been working so hard to keep us in a low vibration, and I feel like it's time that we stand up for something so that we don't fall for anything,
and
right?
this came out, healing.
Okay.
It's healing time. Time for healing or healing time.
Now, there is something about conflict here, okay? So there could be someone in conflict, divine being, right? But I feel like, you know, you don't even need to put your energy there. Remember, Spirit wants you to reserve your energy because it's sacred.
Scared.
Oh, scared. I'm sorry.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. But there's something about this cycle ending in a conflict, okay? Pick and choose your battles, remember?
Choose wisely. Choose your battles wisely and perfect. So it's a need for you to understand that things are not going to be perfect and you are not going to be perfect, right? But there is a way that we connect to what is perfect. And getting out in the wild is one way. See, when you go out step in that lake, when you go out step in that forest, when you go out step on that earth, that's perfect. It does everything that it was meant to do. It doesn't deviate. It's perfect, right? So learn how to put yourself into the circumference of perfection. Jump out there.
We have New York. You could be from New York. Big shout outs to New York.
Or New Direction.
Okay. I'm really picking up the energy. There is there's going to be some very shocking news that comes out between today and tomorrow, and it's going to be public news. It's going to be something in regards to New York here. Yeah. Is what I'm picking up. There's going to be something that's so mind-blowing that comes from New York within the next 2 days.
It is, and it's going to lead perhaps the world in a new direction.
You could be 44 years old watching us.
4 could be significant.
Okay. You know, half of 4 is 2, so you could be 22 or 44, but there's something about balance, you know. It's evenly yoked, okay?
And you could be a bit naive, right? And I'm going to tell you the truth in regards to myself. I move throughout the world sometime, and y'all, I be like, what the hell is going on? Because I'm so naive to the new way that the world moves. I'm rather naive in it. So that could be you, right? And 44, it's kind of like, you know, being at that stage where you older, but you step out in the world and you just don't really know what's going on. It's like, I don't even know, I can't even catch the rhythm, right? So it's that naive place. We have play, Australia. Now this play right here, I'm getting like, this can actually be a play. Somebody could have just watched a play. Somebody could like plays, right? Australia could be significant as well.
Shout out to Australia. I'm hearing Spirit say play a little bit more. Be a little bit more playful, right? Find your childlike energy, right? Go outside and put your hand in the mud pie, you know? Get your jeans in the grass and roll around on your knees. You know when your parents used to be like, don't get them jeans dirty, right?
South Dakota in the house.
Okay, we got South Dakota.
Rhode Island in the house.
All right. There's something about be humble here. Okay, be very, very humble. You know, a lot of times when God blesses us, before we get the blessing, we're humble, right? And then when we get the blessing, a lot of us we're no longer humble because we have what we need. Spirit is saying, stay humble here.
Be natural with it, right? Be natural. Like, humble is natural. Emotional.
So there could be someone emotional. Okay? Now there's someone saying something is just not enough here. Okay? Someone is really wanting more. Someone feels like, there's more. Look, there's more to life. Someone needs to be empowered here. Okay? Someone knows that what they're doing right now, it's not enough. It's like the energy of, God gave you a certain energy and you're just not using it. And when we are divine beings, we all have conversations with ourselves. We know when we're not doing exactly what divine wants us to do. That's why children of God, we sit there and we contemplate and we think, and that's why we get in these dark places when we're on our drugs and during our drinks and smoking our cigarettes and blunts or whatever we're doing, decadent, where we're sitting there and doing these things, but our mind is like, God, help me. We're crying out for help, right? Like that kind of energy.
We're crying out to wake up.
And I feel like someone knows it's not enough, right? You have to really put in that fight. That Spirit said, push harder and fight here. Okay?
Push past nervous, right? Because life could be making you nervous, right? And you could be nervous because it's not enough as well. I'm getting somebody like, man, I don't know where I'm gonna get the rent money from. I'm behind on a light bill and the car payment due. All of these things coming into play is not enough and you're nervous. But Spirit is wanting you to push harder, right? And it's like push harder with your faith.
That's right.
Have the ability to say like, all right, I know it's not there, right? Start your manifesting here. We know it's not there. So we're not going to pretend that it is. But we know that it's out there.
That's right.
So let's begin to think like this. No, I don't have it, but I know it's out there, right? Because that's the beginning of manifesting. You're going to manifest it if you think like that. But if you wake up and you think like, oh, I got problems, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough. You have to say, I know it's not enough, but I know it's enough that's out there.
And that's real, because you could definitely be acting out of emotion right now, divine being. When we get into the energy of worrying and anxiety and depression because of bills and whatever is going on in the world, that separates us from God. See, God can't get in there when we're in fear and we're in doubt. See, those are spirits of the evil one, right? Like that kind of energy. But there's someone acting out of emotions here. Spirit really wants you to clean this up.
And change your passwords. That's like somebody could literally need to change your passwords, but also your passwords to your life, the codes to your life. Like passwords, what we were just saying. I can't switch that into I can. Right? Make that your password. Spirit is saying your passwords, right?
And look,
the words you pass, switch them. Change your passwords. Change what you pass it with. Like, because you're talking yourself into lack. You're putting yourself in a lack mind state, and it's because your passwords are, I can't, it ain't enough, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Those are your passwords. Spirit is saying, change your passwords. I can. Like I said, I don't have enough, but I know it's enough out there.
And I know he's telling the truth because we have affirmations that came out, okay? Spirit is always going to back us up. Wow. There's something about speaking positive affirmations over your life. See, the words that you say out of your mouth, right? That's what you believe about yourself. So if you're constantly telling yourself you're broke, then you will be broke. But if you constantly tell yourself, look, I'm going to go on here and I'm going to get it, then you're going to get it. It's like that kind of energy. Right. So there's definitely something about positive affirmations here. Okay, you really have to pour into yourself, divine being, because who could do it better than you, boo? Nobody, right? It's like that kind of energy.
Disappoint and light, right? Utah can be significant. So
shout out to Utah.
You know what I'm getting from this disappoint light? When we move in our south node, we disappoint the likeness of our ancestors. We disappoint God. We frustrate grace. So we don't want to continue to disappoint light. Like, it's time really, and the affirmation is change your passwords. Like, again, it's really time to explore, right? Explore. I said change your passwords. Mention. So Spirit is definitely speaking like what we say, because mention is to talk. So perhaps what we're mentioning out of our mouths is what's bringing in what we had. Let's begin to mention different things. Change your password.
Well, the energy of the Bible says it's not what goes in a man's mouth, but it's what comes out of a man's mouth that defiles him. So therefore, we want to make sure we're not defiling ourselves. Now, there is something about responsible, and I feel like Spirit is saying you are responsible for speaking positive over your life, because if you don't, who will, right? It's like that kind of energy. But you need to be very responsible right now with the things that you project, divine being.
Purple could be significant. Someone could be wearing purple today.
That's
purple
royalty.
Could be your favorite color. Or purple could be your aura, which is the aura of royalty. Yellow and purple are two good auras to have around you, right? So this could be your aura field. Your auric field could be purple. You could be very magnetic in the astral realm at this time. Your ancestors, they can be relying on you, right? They want you to move ahead.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. We're going to read a spirit message before we go. We will be back this evening, guys. If you're not already, make sure you follow the page. We do daily messages every day, raising the vibration of the collective. We're not tarot readers, right? We're divine messengers from God, right? God literally picked us up by our, like, you know how somebody jack you up by your neck like that, right? Literally picked us up in our most needed time and change and transform our life so that we can do this for the collective, right? So make sure you guys follow the page if you like the message, and leave us a heart if you enjoyed the video, okay? So we have affirmation that came out.
You heard me?
Okay? I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I exert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I do not have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and I am respected by others. That was your message, divine being. We love you so much. We hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant day. We elemental beings. We out.